So welcome to another episode of Placement Diaries. Today we have Shrishti with us. So Shrishti, can you please tell us something about yourself?
Hi, I am Srishti. I graduated from NSIT in 2020 and currently I'm working as an associate member of technical staff in Salesforce.
So how is the work culture at Salesforce?
Yeah, it's been over 2 months now. So Salesforce follows a very strong Ohana culture, which literally translates to family in Hawaii. So Salesforce is a company that puts a lot of focus on the kind of culture that the country adopts. It really makes sure that each of the employees and the managers follow the core values of equality, trust, etc. And overall, the culture is very employee friendly and focuses on personal growth as well.
How was your college experience?
Okay, so I'll start from my first year. First year, I joined a lot of societies. I was very active in extracurriculars. So first year for me was basically exploring my interests. I also did a little bit of coding, just beginner level coding. So I was just trying to explore my interest. By the end of first year, I was quite convinced that I want to pursue coding, as it was not only because of my interest but because of the overall culture that the college provided. Like, all my friends were into it, and that kind of encourages you and also inculcates your interest in the same. So second year I joined a coding class, offline coding class, and that is the year where I started it like properly, and following which, like in second year, I reduced the extracurriculars a little bit and focused more on this. In the summers of second year, I did an internship in a small startup called Easy Schooling. It was a web development internship. It was an okay experience for me. Usually I do not like startups a lot when it comes to interns. I mean, I have had this experience because the structure is not very defined. Then in third year, we had our intern season. I got an internship at ARM Microprocessors as a software intern. Following which, in third year, I pursued DS Algo a lot for my placements, as well as I explored my interest in machine learning and deep learning. I went to a few hackathons as well. Then in the summers of third year, I did my internship in ARM Bangalore, and following which we had our placement season and I got placed in Salesforce. And fourth year was pretty chill otherwise.
So like when did you realize कि हार्डवेयर में इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है, नॉन टेक में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है? बिकॉज यू जॉइंड अ लॉट ऑफ सोसाइटीज, यू आर फ्रॉम अ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स बैकग्राउंड, you must have studied electronic subjects as well, और अलग से टाइम निकाल के तुमने सॉफ्टवेयर सब्जेक्ट्स भी पढ़े, लाइक ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स, नेटवर्क्स and other subjects like OOPS etc. So at what time, at what point it was the defining point कि अब मतलब सॉफ्टवेयर ही करना है कि नॉन टेक नहीं करना? because societies, you were a part of DevSoc, Ashwamedh, Crosslinks, all of them are like related to non-tech.
Basically, end of first year and like beginning of second year, because like I said, because of the culture of the college as well as my interest in the same. So non-tech, I mean, I was in non-tech societies per se, but when I look into the future, the kind of work that non-tech companies offer was not something that interested me a lot. When it came to hardware, I found it was too strenuous for me. It was too, like, I honestly, I'm not one of those who hated my core branch. A lot of my friends did not like EC at all. I enjoyed studying EC, but I could not see my dedicating my life to it. So software was just something that appealed to me the most. It was beginning of second year tak I was pretty sure, and that's when I joined this coding class.
तो कोई सीनियर था जिसने हेल्प करी हो, जिसको देख के लगा हो कि हाँ सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोफाइल की तरफ ही जाना है, लाइक एनी मेंटर?
बहुत. तो in all of these societies I've made friends with a lot of seniors. तो जब भी ऐसे क्राइसिस लगता था कि अरे फ्यूचर क्या होगा, कहाँ नौकरी करनी है, क्या पढ़ना है, बिकॉज एवरीवन अराउंड यू वाज स्टडीइंग, राइट? तो आई यूज्ड टू टॉक टू सीनियर्स फ्रॉम ऑल the branch, all fields, technical, non-technical, as well as EC, and I gathered from their experience. I asked them कि क्या होता है, कितना पढ़ना होता है, नौकरी में क्या होता है, and I gathered as much information as I could in the first year. And हाँ, तो बेसिकली उनसे इंफॉर्मेशन मिली, और फिर जब डिसाइड हो गया, फिर अश्मित सीनियर्स थे, उनसे काफ़ी मोटिवेशन मिली. इनफैक्ट जब भी कुछ भी गाइडेंस चाहिए होती थी, आई यूज्ड टू आस्क माय सीनियर्स ओनली. आई मीन, आई हैड नो अदर सोर्स एज सच. सो सीनियर्स प्लेड अ बिग रोल. या
तो और आम का काम कैसा था? लाइक इट इज मोस्टली रिलेटेड टू माइक्रो प्रोसेसर्स और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स फील्ड ज्यादा, बट सॉफ्टवेयर का काम कैसा था आम का?
जैसे obviously the manifestation or the implementation of the work was hardware only, was microprocessors. So my work was all in Python at ARM, and it was not an ideal internship when it comes to software, like web development and all. It was not at all development. It was a tool development in Python. But I mean, I learned a lot at ARM, not just, and I could apply all my EC as well as software knowledge in a good combination. In that way, it was really interesting for me. Calm, otherwise it was chill. I mean, it was not a lot of work. It was just Python work.
So, how did you maintain the balance between your college life and studying? कि सेकंड ईयर से कोडिंग करना स्टार्ट कर दिया, बस कोडिंग ही करते रहे, हैकाथॉन से जाना स्टार्ट कर दिया, या फिर इंटर्नशिप्स ही करते रहे, या फिर और कुछ भी किया?
नहीं, ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है. मैंने आई हैड अ गुड लाइफ बैलेंस बिकॉज ऑफ माय सोसाइटीज. तो जैसे एज पार्ट ऑफ अश्मित, which is a dramatic society, we went to especially during the fest season, we went to almost all the DU colleges to perform. We also went to a lot of trips. Every year we went for a trip as part of Ashmir. तो वो सब तो चल ही रहा था. And usually I used to come back to my room by 7, and उसके बाद ही होता था जो होता था. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि फुल ऑन कोडिंग ऐसा कुछ नहीं, बट या सो बेसिकली क्लासेस इन कॉलेज आर यूजलेस, तो आई यूज्ड टू यूज दैट टाइम फॉर सॉल्विंग क्वेश्चंस and doing these things, and I used to use time after college for after classes for college society fun, and then room जाके रात को जो भी पढ़ाई.
So any suggestions for juniors, like कैसे ये जो balance इतना अच्छा maintain किया, वो कैसे?
तो biggest suggestion especially for the first years, सीनियर्स ने मेरी बहुत हेल्प की है, बट पता नहीं कौन सीनियर थे जिन्होंने मेरे को बोला कि परसेंटेज या जीपीए डज नॉट मैटर एट ऑल, सिर्फ कट ऑफ क्लियर करना होता है. ऐसा नहीं है. कट ऑफ भी डिफरेंट होती है. तो बिगेस्ट सजेशन इज मेंटेन योर जीपीए, especially for this batch. It's really difficult now because of the change in curriculum. तो GPA maintain करो. क्लास में पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. You just need to study 2 weeks before the exam. That's all it takes. 2 weeks before end sem, 1 week before mid sems. You don't need to study the entire semester. You can use the semester time for placement prep and all. But 2 weeks before the exam, just study. Just leave everything and study. So that is really important. For placement prep, I see all the juniors have already started. I took 1 year to explore different things. These people took that year to do what I did in the next 2 years. They have already joined classes and done machine learning and done web development in the first year itself. I suppose that's okay if it works for them, but I mean, definitely must not miss out on college experience because of that. It should not be 4 o'clock your classes end and you run home and start coding, because
4 साल वापस थोड़ी आएंगे. ये तो चले गए तो चले गए.
और कॉलेज का काम सिर्फ कोडिंग करना नहीं है, पर्सनालिटी भी डेवलप करना है. यू नीड टू नो हाउ टू वर्क इन अ टीम. अगर इफ यू वांट मी टू पुट इट दैट वे कि जॉब में किस तरह से फायदा होगा, इफ यू डोंट केयर अबाउट मेकिंग मेमोरीज एंड मेकिंग फ्रेंड्स, ठीक है, बट जॉब में भी चाहिए होती है सॉफ्ट स्किल्स. तो you should definitely not run off after classes. You should spend time around college, especially now because of COVID. You realize how much campus life means just because you're not able to get it. You must go for trips. You must try to do things independently. You must try to grow up as much as you can and have a lot of fun. But you just have to be sincere when you need to be. You don't have to be sincere all the time.
So last question, how to prepare for placements? What strategy one should use?
According to me, the ideal time is the summers of first year. That's when you can skill up. That's when you can get your DS Algo at least basic strong, and then get some other skill, either web development or Android development or machine learning or whatever you enjoy. At least the basics of those skills, and try to get an internship during the winter or the following summer. I think internships are important because you feel like you gain some experience. You feel like you understand how the information that you learned in that online course is implemented exactly. And also it helps boosts up your CV and gives you something to talk about during your interviews. So first year के summers में you should do DS Algo basics. You should do some other skill. Over second and third year, I think you should focus on DS Algo mainly, because that's what is needed for clearing tests. The fancy buzzwords, big data, machine learning, all of these things are good skills. However, they're not a prerequisite for placements. A lot of people are focusing on machine learning more than web development, including me. But now that I've started working, I've realized that skills, like if your aim is a job, you will not have work in machine learning. It's very rare that you get a machine learning oriented job right after your bachelor's. Most people work on web development, Spring or React
mostly.
It could be backend, but something related to web or Android development, mostly web development. So I suggest you pick up those skills, especially after you get placed in fourth year. You have 1 year. You can use this time to get your just basic skills like Git fundamentals, how branching, Git upstream, down, all of that. Some web development fundamentals, some say computer networks fundamentals, because computer networks is not a subject that you study a lot for placements. People mostly focus on OS, DBMS, OOPS. So these things are actually used in job. If your aim is masters right after college, then you can go for machine learning or whichever field that you like.
So Shiv and I talked about GPA for IT and COE. So how difficult is it to maintain 8+ CGPA in EC?
Yeah. So I personally don't believe in easy or difficult subjects. Right, it's if you get it, it's easy. If you don't get it, it's not easy. I can find something easy like OS difficult if I don't understand the concepts. The point is, it's difficult to score in EC because of the infrastructure, because of the system. Overall, at least in our college, the strictness level is more in EC, so you have to work harder. The labs are difficult in EC. In that sense, we can say yes, EC is difficult because the labs are difficult. In COE, it's just software labs. In EC, you can't fluke your way out of a hardware experiment. So labs are more difficult. It's definitely more difficult to score in EC, but all the more essential to do so, because like I've already said, CGPA is very important. Especially so if you're in EC, you'll have to put in extra work. So you can take subjects, but not all of the subjects you will have studied, not all of the COE subjects, right? So you will have to proactively learn those subjects as well, so that because of that, to manage your time, like if you think semester wise, essential to maintain your GPA from the beginning. So being in EC also can prove to be a disadvantage, not just because of the eligible branches for companies, but also because they might ask you a question in the interview which will be obvious to a COE student but not so for you. So you need to work extra hard to keep up with the COE subjects. DSR को तो सब manage कर ही लेते हैं, but COE subjects की knowledge के लिए you need to work extra hard.
Thank you so much. It was very nice talking to you.
Thanks for having me.